Hello, everybody. How you doing today? We are broadcasting live on both YouTube and Facebook. Welcome in, Graham, Mr. Bean. Good to have you. Snark and Sass, thank you for coming. SLD, good to see you. I appreciate all you coming in. You'll be seeing a lot more of these like little shows now since I'm out of the hospital. The two of us, the co-founder and myself of S Graham, have been insanely sick the last 2 years. And now that I'm back, I really would like to thank a lot of you people that stuck with us. We actually have more than 400 people now. Of course, our goal is to eventually get 10,000, because then that qualifies us for the YouTube program, which would allow us to take super chats and memberships and all those good things without paying any of the 30% or whatever that. It would go straight to our charity, which is the only way we can do it. Now, today we'll be going over what we need to be able to continue on and to bring some good news. S. Graham and Mighty Whitey definitely will be going out in about 2 weeks, which works out to about the 17th. So we're looking forward to that. If it's Stevie Mao, my brother Stevie, that'd be the Mao Mao Mao. Meow. So he did the artwork for us. And I wanted to get one of those windbreakers for all the people going out to feed. So they would have his Stevie's heartbeat with the V for vets in it. So now today we're trying to get both medical supplies, which I'll go over some of the stuff we have, which is really cool. We do have some people who are going to be donating stuff to us, but we are basically looking for medical supplies that we go out and use on them. And again, we are a 501c company, so anything you donate to us will be itemized, and a receipt will be sent back to you that you can use to donate. You can use to turn in for your tax exempt status, or get your write-off for it. That's coming up. So what we're trying to do is get some more medical supplies. And I'll show you what we got set up. We actually have a couple things set up with the medical stuff. I actually donated some of the stuff from my nurse. So we have a good start that when we first go out, if any of the vets, like we were finding when we were going out there, have any injuries, we can, of course, fix that. Now, we're doing canned food drive as well. We are in the process of gramming them and Mighty of finding a camp. And then we will support this camp, which I intend to stay out. Give me 1 sec, guys. I gotta say goodbye to my roommate real quick. Hang on 1 second. Rainy, thanks for coming in. Anyway, I am now back. Ah, Teo, good to see you, brother. No sound.
You were talking to
Hold on,
KY
hold on,
2
hold
nights
on. Can you guys hear me? Was I able to get back on? My internet got cut off.
What?
I can't hear anything.
Are you muted?
Uh,
So that I'll go get your weed. I want to do the oil change after I.
so, Graham, is it Thursday the 9th that you're thinking of going out and feeding the homeless? Or is that your birthday? No sound. Why is there no sound? Can you put a 1 if you can hear me? I'm having internet issues. Really bad internet issues. Can anyone hear me? Or can someone come up? Come up? I'll drop the link.
What is that? How come it was showing you hot stuff?
The volume controller. They can't hear me now. Oh, they can hear me now. All right, cool. Thank you guys. And if you get a chance, go over to Facebook and tell me how it's going over there. I don't even know. Or I will see you when you get back from work. I don't know where to find the live feed. I did last time. Oh, there it is. Look back. Yeah, it's live, it says, but I'm not quite sure how that works. Anyway, let me just pop in. Yes, George.
What's
Hey, George.
up? What's up there? You can go ahead and take your commercial break, and I'll talk to the people.
Yeah, no, dude, what a commercial break. It was my internet. I'm all of a sudden I'm talking to you guys, blah, 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 boom. Completely.
That's
No,
all right. The
my
internet's been thinking anyway.
the feeding is on the 18th. Thank you, Graham.
NT Dibs.
Oh, NC Deb is in here. Hi, NC. You're more than welcome to come up if you want to say hi. Again, today we're trying to do 3 things. We're doing a canned food. If you have Pop Pops, it's great. If not, anything works. Actually, we have ways of opening cans with no can openers. Pretty simple. All you use a rock. Um, we're doing medical, and I was going to show you some of the medical stuff that I got that we need when we go out, depending on the wounds. The thing that they have the individual small ones, which I'm looking for. Yeah. Of course, of the gauze wraps.
The internet hasn't woke up yet, but it's still going in and out.
These things right here. They're about the 4.5 times 4 one. Then you have the small ones. And then of course any kind of pads you might have, like these are really good. Now how you use these things, it's different on what you're doing. Anything like this, if you guys have any of these chemicals, these are really good for if you read it says right there, it's a wound dressing. Now those are insanely good for um, fresh wounds that have some kind of infection in them that you're going to need to stabilize. To on the top surface around any wound, there's like dead skin they got to take off. Anyway, that stuff makes sure it doesn't spread. And then you're looking at some of these Dyna, which basically is calcium alginate. Any type of wrappings like that. These are big ones.
I got a lot of first aid kits, bud. But let me get on my feet and get me a place to live and stuff, and I'll send some that direction.
And that's it's and like I said, we have a lot of different things. For most of the stuff, um, the smaller wraps like these are what you're gonna find that are good for like a wrist wound, a finger wound, maybe a foot. You don't want the actual big ones, but and we just like I said, we have just about every supply right now. The gloves and everything, and the swabs and removers and the scissors, and I got the cleaners and stuff, and just tons of stuff that you use when you go out. So, and what we're trying to do is, you have people that get wounded and they go home, and they'll send a nursing facility over to help you. Basically what happens is they mail a box of stuff to you if you're gonna have to have home health care for a couple months. Well, they like to milk the public by overbilling for stuff. Yeah, you call it whatever you want, but the bottom line is you get all this stuff that people have in their house that they end up throwing away because a lot of the stuff has an expiration date. The only reason it has an expiration date is because of the seal. That's it. It doesn't necessarily mean there's anything wrong with them. But in those like wraps I was showing you, if the seal's broke, then yes, air can theoretically get in and mess it up. But if it's kept in a safe place, you can still use them.
Oh, that'd be cool, NC Debs. That'd be real good. Damn, he got quiet again. Yep, he's quiet. Well,
I'm gonna shave my beard off. Stevie. The last time they got me to do it, Stevie was the winner, and I shaved my beard off on live
you
panel.
got to make him look like a kid again.
And it makes I look better, I was told, without a beard. Very hard to do anything with the beard, however.
I would say I'd have shaved my head again, but it's awful hard to do that. It's already there.
I'm gonna say you're already down. I don't know. I would shave, but like I said, I need to get the razor. I can't do it in bed.
Keep the mustache though.
Oh yeah, I always keep the mustache. LT man.
Hello,
Good.
LT man.
And here's, like I said, I always keep this stuff. But LT is a great product, guys. Right now, as incompetent as the nurses were that came by, they messed up pretty bad last time. And the only way I'm recovering from their mess up, God, this almost sounds like a segue into a commercial, is by using LT's product, Trumpetol. My legs are completely and utterly messed up. I'm sure now this what they did was, because they don't listen to anything I say, why would I know what's going on with my legs? There's one thing you can definitely tell people is that when you have wounds like I do, you start to know the wounds better than the nurses, because most of them are not advanced wound care nurses like the one I had that I lost. So there's different wrapping techniques. There's different stuff you have to apply, whatever stage the wounds are. Um, but that hemp for fitness stuff, the Troubadour stuff, what goes on with my legs is I have, unfortunately, because of walking in that water when I was feeding the homeless, I have permanent infections inside me. And what happens in my condition is the blood fills up the leg gets really hard, and then it gets really coarse and it tears open. It's like a balloon. Um, so by using the Trumpidol, you soften the skin of these really hideous legs, and it keeps them from breaking, keeps the infections from getting out. And what's really funny is my roommate was fixing the dog up, and he cut the quick, a little bit of the quick, and I slapped a little of the Trumpidol on top of it. It numbed the pain, stopped him from running around. So I mean that stuff is really good. It work, and if you're gonna want to know what works well, you go to someone like me because my legs are beyond destroyed. And like I said, it's my legs are in tiny bad, and they claim my life literally. The infections have claimed my life. There's no going back. But right, my legs aren't without using the Troubadour, they burn like someone sets them on fire. That's why I highly recommend that, especially like if you have something like sunburn. But like it's a really good CBD oil product. It has a lot of quality to it. Anyway, like I said, guys, we are trying to we're trying to move on. We have a couple bills. We have a storage bill, which is incredible. It's a good price. It's 150 a month. Anyone that would like to sponsor us, that'd be great. If not, like I said, anything helps. Um, like I said, all this stuff here is transparent. All of it is used directly for V for Vets. We are frantically now working extra hard to go around and get these products that we're going to be handing out. I've been working with pallet vendors, and there are a couple out there that are vets that may donate some pallets to us. So you'd be getting anywhere from 500 to 1,000 items of personal hygiene stuff. Like we're going for all kind of stuff like the toothpaste, things like that, so we can put them into packs. The other thing I keep bringing up, if there's anyone out there that would like to commit a weekend, there may be a day, don't know exactly how long, it'd probably be 1 or 2 days at most. We want to go down to the Arizona border, and we want to pick up the clothes that are along lining on the border. They are single-use clothes that were used once to sneak them across the area that the drones and satellites are watching, and then they strip these clothes off and they leave them by the border and they put on regular clothes and run into our side. Now, these things include backpacks, jackets, shirts, pants, shoes, boots, gloves, sunshades. Just it's amazing the amount of stuff that's just lying out there in piles. Now, of course, we'll take it in, we'll have to get it cleaned, but I'm just saying that you have a perfect item to give out to the vets when it's cold because those jackets are really nice. Probably wondering, well, why would they be nice? these coyotes aren't playing. They're spending a lot of money to sneak these people over, probably because they're charging them so much. Well, not only that, but it's a wonderful system they got going, which is why I try to tell people that it, when you have them coming over the border, not only are they're getting overwhelmed in California, but see, they're not doing it for their benefit. This has nothing to do with helping out people that are in distress and need to go to a country. These guys are all profit. They all have money interest in mind. They bring them over for exactly that. And that's a shame, but you bring them over, you give them the initial money, then you drop them on the street with no help. They can't speak English. They don't have nowhere to go. And these coyotes are taking their kids and stuff. And then the wonderful game they like to play is this. All right, well, we'll take you over there, but then you're going to owe us money. And when you get over there, you get to work it off. Well, I think they call that indentured servant. Just saying. That became illegal because that's a farm. That's the term I think was farmyard or whatever. Anyway, that's what's going basically on with the homeless situation. So now you add to this the amount of infections and the stuff that are out there. Cannot no longer say it's not everyone's problem. It's unfortunate, but you got to be realistic with this. Like it doesn't matter if you close the border, you keep it open. I mean, we're getting so many people piling through, but that day is come and gone. 1.3 estimated conservative million homeless in LA. We don't know the exact numbers because they sneak over the border and 100 to 200,000 a day. So the problem is, and I keep trying to tell people, they shit, piss, and use some medicines or drugs and their needles and their heroin and their speed and their blah di da di da, rotten contaminated food, bread added to that mixture is what I stepped in and that killed me. So I'm just saying to you guys, without even taking into consideration vets, right, without even thinking about them or any other homeless, just think about the fact that you're a kid. You have a kid? Kids like to run. Kids like to take shortcuts. Kids like to go places they're not supposed to. I mean, the shit that's going on in the waters in these homeless camps is 1 million times worse than what's going on with the Kool-Aid shit. I mean, there was a place called Veterans Camp in LA. It was famous. They went to the VA to get housing, and the VA wanted to treat them like they were rehab drug people. So they protested by putting their tents up in front, saying we're not criminals. You shouldn't be treated that way. Hey, telling Stewart, how you doing? Um, but the problem is that a lady died, a U.S. vet died in this camp, and they found super strands of typhoid. Typhoid. Now, typhoid had a death rate between 35 and 40%. The newest thing everyone's scared of has a 0.03% death rate. I figured, wow, once you knew typhoid was out there, boom, we'd stop it. But we don't have time for rational thinking. See, this is what I'm trying to get at. Homeless are everyone's problem now. And if you have 1.3 million homeless people, I mean, that's not like having a one or two sitting on the side of the street, which you can deal with. I mean, you're talking 1 million people shitting and peeing, and I mean, it's insanity. So now I asked you, with all of that I just told you, wrap that all up into a neat little bundle, and asked yourself exactly how the fuck are we supporting our troops? I mean, you have a problem going on Facebook and waving that fucking flag. Holy shit. I mean, you almost had a tear run down your fucking face with all the wonderful things, with all the virtual signaling, grandstanding, and mental masturbation. Woo, support your troops. Woo, go guys, go. They come home and a world record is set. It's called the longest cricket. You can hear a cricket from 4 miles because no one's doing shit. And then I'm standing in front of Walmart. And I'm not even a vet. I'm not a vet. You hear me? But I was one of those people that actually, well, said that I'll support my troops. I'll support my troops. Well, here it comes. No more talk. Time to do the walk. And that's who V for Vets is. It's S. Graham. It's Bill Admin. It's KY Packer. And a lot of great people helping us in the background scenes. Like MC, Ginger, Tommy Woods, Ice Cold Audits, Stevie Mao, who's a board member. So we did our thing. That's all we're asking from anyone. Money is not even the whole thing. I mean, one of the issues that we're dealing with now is the suicide rate, which, by the way, I have said this repetitively, but the point is that right now there's an estimated 23 to 27 vets killing themselves every week. And most of the majority of those people are, of course, females. So, if you are a veteran in crisis and you're concerned about them, you know, before I even tell you what a shocking piece of information, right here is a number for you to call. It's completely confidential, completely. You can call and you can voice your concerns for the vets, or you can also do this. Yes, Walter, I want someone to go with me to Arizona. Is it dangerous? I'm going to tell you right now. Yes, it is. Coyotes could possibly shoot us. They'll think we're messing with the water line. They don't care about the clothes. They just care about the water line. So yeah, it's going to be in and out. No messing around. I mean, they're shooting people that have farms out there on the border at their children, their cars, their horses. But you got to take that into consideration, Walter. If you want to go, I want everyone to understand that it's not going to be. It potentially could be very dangerous, but we're not going to play. We're just going to take a truck. We're going to haul ass down there with about 5 people. You just jump out of the car, throw the stuff in, drive away. Just drive away and keep going. And then after we get what we want, turn around and come back. Yeah, it'd be worth it because we will clean that stuff. And then, like I said, we'll go out and hand it out. We'll also have some on our charity raising platforms, which you can get merchandise like. We'll have things like that for discounted, which we'll give away as not sell because that's a whole different ballgame when it comes to nonprofit organizations. But you can, in order for us to like assist you, and for you can just go ahead and donate, and in return, like the churches do on TV, your gracious donation will get you our Bible because they can't go and say, "Well, we're selling our Bible." That's not going to work. So that's what we want to do. We want to go down, and I've been trying for over a year now to find someone. Now, mind you, take your time thinking about it, brother, because I can barely walk. I can barely walk. you know, but I'm talking about setting it up, going down there, grabbing that stuff, and coming back. Have a good time with going down, but the main thing is just to be careful. Don't mess with the water lines. Just that's not our job. We're not border patrol people. We're not out there to call. We're just out there to get the clothes they've just discarded. That's it. I ain't gonna be puncturing no water bottles or anything else. That's not gonna happen. So, that's I don't know how long that's gonna go, but well, there's um, that's the other thing. We can't really well we are tax exempt anyway, but the problem with selling things like that is that whenever you own an item, when you're a tax exempt corporation, and that item can change in cost or price. It can go up in value, it can drop. Like, for example, we'd have a hard time taking a house if we want to avoid a forensic tax person. We'd have to hire. That's just what I'm saying. It's not impossible to do, but whenever you take something with a fluctuating amount, you have to have a forensic account. This is to keep fraud away. I mean, it'd be like somebody donates 10 houses to be for vets to sell to make money. And I basically sell them to my sister for $1 each, and she turns around and sells them for 500,000. That's what I'm trying to get at. You have to have an account in forensic in order to keep it in order to keep it legit. So basically, we take the donations, the cash donations. You sell the thing for it and give it to it that way. But just right now, because Once we get going good, good enough, and we make over 50,000 in 1 year, then all that dramatically changes anyway. We have no choice at that point. $50,000 is the limit. Once you hit 50,000, then you're in another tax. You have to have an accountant to work for you. It's just the way this stuff works. But we don't have a problem with that because we want to be completely transparent. We want people to give their hard-earned money to us to help the vets, and we want them to realize that it's going to go to help the vets. There's not going to be the CEO, the vice president, or anyone else taking money out to be paid. No money goes to the gas we use while we're out there. That's all paid by us. The food that we eat while we're out does not come from Beef for Vets funds. So if you ever watching one of our fundraisers and some idiot says, "Let's keep us rolling and handing out those pizzas, donate," no, sorry, that's never was the case. That is the case right there. They're not doing it to help. I mean, I'm sorry, but there's only one real way to do a charity network, and I know this has caused me a lot of problems, but in order to avoid fraud, you have to have a 501. This nonsense where you put the money into your personal bank account, then you divvy it out to where it needs to go, is shady at best. At best, shady. My point is, I'm not saying you're not honest. I'm not saying you're not honest. I'm not saying any. All I'm saying is transparency is the way to go. I mean, so with Beef for Vets, you can check it out. Fred gave $10. $10 was deposited in Beef for Vets account. Ding. There you go. Monitored account. No foul play. But you dump money that you're getting during a fundraiser event. There's nobody monitoring what you're getting. There's no way to really tell. So you could raise $1,000 and come out and say all you made was 250. No, that's not going to happen. We're way too conscious about the fact that we're trying to help vets, and our image is everything. So that's the way that goes with that. Now, like I said, if you do have some of those wonderful medical supplies that we're not open or use and you want to send them to us, our food or any other donation you probably want, you can see right there the address. You just put in attention Beef for Vets at 16055 Washington Street, Riverside, California, 92504. And we will send you back an itemized receipt. So, oh wow, Walter, that probably cost us $1,000 to get down and back for me. Whoa. You take a truck, we probably could get enough stuff. And, there's someone I can check to make sure it's still in piles, but the hell, like I said, it's a lot of money to fork out, Walter. You can always, if it's like you can't get all the way down there, like I said, any donation would help me for that. Medical supplies are what we're shooting for now with the food. Because now that I'm out and we're trying to find a camp, I'm going to start assembling the solar heaters so they can heat up during the day. They can heat up. It can heat up to 160. So you can basically take canned foods or something like that, and at that point, sorry. Yeah, no, we take clothes drives too, Jim. Same way with the clothes, men's clothing, women's clothing, men's is easier shirts and pants and stuff. We can have them cleaned, and It's just a matter of storage. Clothes are nice, but right now we prefer to probably end up just getting blankets, socks, jackets, all the other stuff in that. It can go to 99-cent stores, or there's a lot of people that drive around and hand them out. And the only reason I'm saying this is because of the massive amount of room clothes take up. And I really do want to get those pallets lined up because they're going to be the hygiene stuff. But yeah, I thought about doing that. And in Vegas, when I was in Vegas, if you really want to help anyone, think about Vegas, man. Somebody should get it. Laws are specific about it though, but the shoes are the hardest thing to get to handle because you got to separate them by size, you got to separate them by type, you got to each one has to be professionally cleaned. But those are gold in Nevada because the heat causes a lot of problems for the homeless walking around in that hot. I almost say it would be easier just, but see, that's just it. They all have different sizes. Maybe try to find some pullover shoe that's one size fit all type thing, or comfort or something. But yeah, like I said, shoes are hard, clothes are hard. Oh yeah, we have a storage unit. Yeah, um, I like to have my own bigger one, but the cost right now, which is why I'm fighting to keep this one. We got this right before the COVID thing struck. That's when I went in the hospital. And it's grandfathered, so I get to keep the price that I got it at because right now that similar unit is almost 3 times as much. And I don't want to give up the space because, like I said, we can store some clothes and things. But what I'm hoping to do is get boxes of blankets and stuff for winter, and then windbreaker jackets for the there, and then at that point, bring in the pallets of the hygiene stuff. I don't know if I was up. Let's see. I have at least 2 people. For one person I'm living with, or the owner of the place I'm living at, he would come. And like I said, it depends on when we get ready to do it, who's available. But honestly, I'd like to go down there with about 3 or 4 people. One for safety, two for quick get out of there and pull that shit up. Oh no, here goes the neighborhood completely. One for safety, two for. Oh no, here goes the neighborhood completely.
Yep, there goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood.
You got your YouTube on. So how you doing, KY?
Yep, there goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood.
You got your YouTube on. So how you doing, KY?
Yep, there goes the neighborhood.
Well, first, wait, you please mute that. Deb, it is not nasty, dirty clothes from the border, and they are highly expensive clothes too. So no, the clothes you're talking about wouldn't even come close to these clothes. These are camouflage military clothes. The jackets alone are go for what? Like
No, I don't think they're necessarily military, but just camouflage,
Oh, but the ones you get that are, well, the bottom line though is they're free, and we wouldn't keep them that long. Like I said, and it's not just the clothes. It's really, honestly, the thing that really piqued my interest was the backpacks and the fanny belts and stuff.
Yeah,
They could all,
they wear all whatever they can get their hands on, not necessarily military, but
no, I know. I was saying that because it's camouflage. I thought it'd be a neat idea to give military camouflage, whether it's issued from the military or not.
yeah, but some of them it triggers them, so you gotta.
Well, yeah, come on, KY.
It
So
all depends on what their experience was.
yeah, that's why you don't walk up to them when they're sleeping.
Exactly.
You don't film when
Clap
they're
clap your hands real loud behind your head.
yeah. But we met quite a few of these that could have used backpacks. But like I said, that's the dream. Just like what the closing that are a dream. That's going all the way to Arizona, and Walter's talking about spending almost $1,000. So I mean, that's just I can't even walk at the moment, so it's not even a. I mean, I'm not going down there unless I can actively get in a truck to get away. It wouldn't be too good for me to be in a. It would be impossible for me to go down there and not be able to walk.
If I could just interject, hello everybody. Sorry, my internet has been horrible the last ever since we had that windstorm on Saturday. My power was out 5 times, 6 times on Saturday. Again yesterday, on and off. Internet has been horrible, horrible, spotty. Uh, so I tried to go on backstage with Bud. I got kicked off 3 times while we were backstage. So it just do what I have to, do what I can.
potato head shirts. I like that.
I'm finding that a lot of the businesses along our main road here has got power again. Uh, I'm supposed to check with the AT&T store because our son's got to get to the. But if they don't have power, it's no sense in going to the store.
The funny thing, KY, and this is a fact. If the lights are turned off in the store, people will buy more. The lower the light, the more they buy. Weird, isn't it? But
Yeah.
you know what? You know why that is, though, right?
No, tell me.
Psychological. Think about it. People walk into stores, they always feel like someone's watching most of the time. And it just is. When we had security walk-ins, when the power would go off, our sales would jump up. It was so ironic because we had no power, so we had to manually do them. And I'm sorry, but most people nowadays can't run a manual.
No, hello, Bell, Deb, LT Man, Walter. Let's see, Mr. Bean and GW, George. Good to see you, George.
They can't add money. It's impossible for them to count that money.
357, if you're still here, good to see you.
Hey, you was in here about what, 5 minutes ago at most? Anyway, so we ended up going on last night for an hour.
Yeah, I saw that. I got a notice, but I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't do it. And I got that notice about 3 o'clock. I finally got internet. I got that notice.
Oh, there you go.
And then you said, "Is anybody awake?" And I tried to reply, and I lost the internet again. So about 2 hours later, I had to use the bathroom. I picked up my phone. And there was the notice, and I said, "Well, I'll try again." Just as chickens, I said.
Hold on, I am desperately trying to get the volume to go down on this. There it is. Thank you. Oh man. I forgot to turn the volume down on it too. Ugh. You don't see any of the comments, by the way, on this. And I don't.
I see him.
I mean, Facebook.
Oh,
I'm not even sure why it's doing that. There we go. So I got it running in V for Vets and in my normal Facebook.
oh, okay.
I'm not quite sure what's going on. It's reproducing itself. Literally reproducing itself. I don't know why it's doing that. All right, anyway.
Yeah,
Still-
I talked to Deb yesterday evening, and I was going to try to call you. And then my shit went down again. And apparently you had a backstage, but I couldn't call anyone or tell anyone because my stuff disappeared again.
no, it's been fun.
I was just lucky because my block, although we lost power for 5 seconds, 3 seconds, short bursts, and then it came right back on again. One block west of where I live, because my block runs north and south. One block west for a mile, all those people lost power. For 4 blocks south and 2 blocks north. All those people were without power. I mean, a mile's worth, just a big square city chunk. We had 77,000 people without power
Jesus.
Saturday afternoon.
You heard another train crashed in Ohio.
Another train?
Another train. I'm like, wow.
They were probably gawking.
Yeah, like,
They were gawking at the first
yeah,
one.
they were gawking at the first one when it crashed. Yeah, idiot. Followed by another train that plowed into the two of them. Oh God.
Well, there was one. There was one in Portugal. Did you see that?
Yes.
Where the station master was arrested for negligence because he let the train go through, knowing that another one had just left.
I heard something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, wasn't they also said he was drinking?
yeah, and like 22 people died, I think.
The dumbass was drinking. Shit. I just don't get it. I won't get on a bicycle drunk. Let alone let's go ride that train now, brother.
Well, I drank a couple beers, 2 or 3 beers, when I got promoted to E6. When I was on my motorcycle. But that was the only time I had that many beers and drank and then drove. And it was 11:30 at night by the time we left. We had a little promotion party at the VFW. Pitchers were $1.50 a pitcher.
Hello, Amy God.
Hello, and
I said it wrong.
maybe yeah. But yeah, I had like 3 beers, and I called my wife. Said, "Hey guys, want to have a little celebration? And come on, grab the car and come meet me over to VFW with the guys."
Bye, Walter. Thank you for stopping in, brother. Say goodbye.
All right, Walter. Thanks for stopping in.
Oh,
Stay safe, be well. Is your nausea any better?
No.
No.
No, and I got into it. It's all right. Oh, I just need a second to catch myself.
Well, I thought I'd stop in. I got things to do. I gotta check the AT&T store.
Oh, do you replace the SIM card?
SIM card for Brandon, yeah. But like I said, no sense in going over there if
If it's not, yeah, if there's no
they don't have
power.
any power and can't do a transaction. With no sense in even going over there.
Zach. Now we are going to try to have a special event during the feeding with what's going on damn, I forgot what day he said. However, what it basically is we're gonna have a. I don't know if you've ever seen those. Well, you probably have the little races they have. Well, we're gonna have a ducky race, and
A duck race, okay.
for having a minimum donation of 3 or 5, it's going to be voted by the board. You can enter the race. The donation is completely a tax write off, and then if you win the race, we're giving away a ducky. Now, I you can use that ducky that enters you into the finals. Later down the road, we'll be giving away one of our beef for vets items. I think it's going to be either well, you probably get to just choose whatever. 18, thank you. Like I was thinking a hoodie. Although I'm looking into the setting up the windbreakers for the people going out to do the feeding. And on there, some will, of course, be YouTube, Facebook, whatever, to promote the actual channel while we're out there. And I like I said, all this has to be voted on, but I was thinking maybe one of those windbreakers, which would normally not be sold to anyone, they're only going to be used by us. We could have one of them as the grand prize. We'll see how that goes. But at least you can join in with the ducky race and get a ducky in the beginning. And if Stevie comes through, he's going to make these little stickers for us. I got to call him up and see if he can do the stickers. We'll put the little sticker on there, winner, the V for Vet Duck Race. So yeah, we're getting back out there, and we've decided to the feedings would be basically broken into several categories. One would be a big one, an event where we get about 180 different food items and packets of stuff if we find these camps, and we go out and do that. That could take up to 3 to 4 hours. What we're shooting for now, because we've been gone so long, is hour, 2 hour shows at most. Go out and pass 30 to 40 sandwiches out, do some supplies, interview a few people, and then try to keep this going, having the feedings like every 2 weeks, every week, maybe. It depends on how the donations go. You know, so that's what we're looking at there, and hopefully you guys will join us. If nothing else, not it's not like I said just about the money; it's about the algorithms too. We need to get 10,000 subscribers. It's a hefty amount, but we get 10,000 subscribers, then all the money you donate through Super Chat or memberships will go straight into the V for Vet corporate bank account. There'll be no charge. But you have to have 10,000 people. I don't know why they didn't just make it if you have a 501c. Because, I mean, I understand the theory. Well, you'd be serious about it. You should have this many. Well, who's not going to be serious about something like that and go spend $4,000? I'm just, there's easier ways to do it without investing in it that much. But rules are rules, so 10,000. We're at 420, I think, or 419.
Yeah, I noticed that. Getting there.
Slow but sure. The more we come back and more name gets out there, the more people will see us. So we got a lot of positive things coming up. One thing I really wanted to do is once we find this camp, we start meeting these people again. I want to go stay with them for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night.
Well, and the thing is, like you said, you meet the people, and some of those people could probably help you find other locations.
Exactly how we did it the first time.
Yep.
Because they're all over. They walk everywhere. They see everyone. So yeah, we're working on those things. And then of course we got Bell in Canada. He's working with his local government to make a V for Vets garden, community garden that will have our name on it. So, now we have I don't know if it was Spirit. I can't remember who it was. Who's the person in Australia? They said they wanted to do feedings for us, and we were kind of like, that may be cool. I can't remember KY. Yeah, we'd love. Oh, last night I met. You watched the show. He came up on the panel. I cannot remember his name for my life of me. But anyway, he lives 40 minutes away from me, and we were talking about him coming down. You know, picking me up and me and him going out.
Oh, okay.
His name is. And I have his digits. It's Jimbo. Jimbow. Really cool guy. He lives, like you said, 40 minutes away from me. He's interested in going out and feeding. Went over some of the guidelines, so he's pretty cool with that. Doesn't seem like he wants to. He understands no PayPal's or anything like that. That doesn't go in for the charity itself. I don't understand why that's so hard to understand. I mean, I constantly get people ask, well, why does that matter? Well, it matters because the representing beef for vets, one, our tax exempt status requires that it's done this way. And I've told people, see, that's the thing. Right now, we save $7,000 to $8,000 a year. A year.
Yep.
If we violate those conditions, we get banned for 10
We
years.
We lose that immunity.
For 10 years. Now, just going to $8,000, that's $80,000 worth of food and supplies being taken out of the veteran's mouth on simply.
It's not worth it.
No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Before I forget, there's 3 topics I need to bring up to you later. 1, I sent you a text. 2,
I just got those little bit ago.
Right, but that's 2.
That's why I had.
I just wanted to remind, so you can remind me if I forget. 1 was a text. The second, oh God, I'm already forgetting. Jesus.
3 things. 3.
I know. I'm just trying to. KY, it's getting worse. Really,
I imagine.
That's why I signed over. That's why you're in charge. This is getting stupid. I'm in the middle of a conversation. I forget what I'm saying.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, Willis? Anyway, so again, one of your major this month, the VA, you can go to va.gov.org for the official web page. You can sign up for all kind of programs and announcements. And right now they are promoting homes. Now,
wait. It can't be .gov and .org.
No,
it's va.gov.
I thought it was va.gov. All right, yeah, you're right. Never mind. But what's I saying?
About the VA promoting homes.
Oh, here's the numbers right now. For some reason this month they put out several articles on helping vets that are either homeless or on their way to being homeless. Right?
You know, I got a thought. Why don't we put the link for the monthly, twice a month, they put a VA, put the newsletter out?
Yeah, I get it.
And that way they can just click on our channel and click on that link.
Well, I put it up there. Well, not the whole one. They come in different letter. I get 20 different news, which that's the other thing we have to talk about. We got to pick a topic. I don't want to go all over the place because A couple of them, what I'm really interested in is which is not going to be one of the topics, but is the theft that's going on at the VA. It's a topic we're talking about, but it's not one that I want to promote. I think we should stick with the homeless and the women. There's a number up there I put up there. You can talk to a VA social worker, and you want to ask for the female if you are female, because right now the largest number of suicide are with women, not men. Women are killing themselves at a higher ratio than the men are. So that number up there is the general crisis number. There's an actual independent women's
Women's Veterans Crisis Center.
right. I mean, literally, there's a special unit set up for. I don't bring this topic up, but you know which one I'm talking about. Why women are the most suicidal ones. So, I just don't talk about that. But the thing is that there's a certain there. It is the women's. I'm going to put it up on the tagger, right there. It's a women's veterans call center, and it's 1-800-VA-WOMAN.
No, 1-855.
Is that 55?
855 VA woman.
So, I mean, and now we get back to the whole point. The biggest thing, if you read, and I encourage you all to go to the VA and read up on their newsletters, if you're interested in possibly helping out veterans. One of the major things to suicide is the isolation, flat out. That's what it is. They hotbox themselves. That's why when you call up a suicide hotline, the first thing they do is they constantly talk to you. It doesn't matter what they talk to you about. It's just talk. Because if you isolate yourself, then there's no way for you to stop wanting to kill yourself. You justify it in your own head. Well, veterans that are isolated have the same situation. They come up with their own narratives. They have PTSD issues. And they have found out that this isolation is what is the major reason they're killing themselves. So to combat isolation, you're walking down the street, you see a vet sitting down, you just thank him for his service and shoot the shit for a second. That removes the isolation part of the deal. Just think of the wondrous thing you could have possibly just did. Stop the man from killing himself that went out there and served his country. And all you had to do was not give any money. You just had to show some kindness so he doesn't feel like shit. Because you got to imagine, he signed up, honestly, they're a little bit delusional, but they think they're going out to be heroes and save our country and defend democracy. And they get out there and they see what war's like. They lose a friend. They lose a co-person. They come back here and they have issues. And then when they come back here, nobody gives a fly. Well, that's not true. Not nobody, but so many people turn their backs and don't care that it's disgusting. But yet we can stand up and give billions, and I do mean billions, to Ukraine. Now,
just interject for just a second. Hello and welcome, New York Outcast. Welcome to the show.
Yes, welcome, New York. Thank you for coming in. Now, I'm not saying that we should never help people. I'm saying that we get rid of the vets, homeless problem. I mean, at least if nothing else, right? That's only fair.
Exactly.
Once you solve that problem, or here's a real win bang. I know a lot of controversy about the wall, but if we don't do something with LA, we might as well just let Los Angeles let it go. Just we 1.3 that we know of homeless. That's just utterly ridiculous. That's beyond upsetting. It's just nonsensical. The health risk alone of having 10 million people living on the street And then what really brings it home, people, what really makes you smile, that really raises a hair on your skin, is when these bunch of idiotic kids ran around screaming global warming. Yes, our heads shut off, the brain went out your ass, and you decided it would be a fucking great idea to remove plastic bags from California. Awesome thinking. Well, first thing I would say is, well, what do people use plastic bags for? One, trash. There's a plus. You've repurposed the bag now from carrying food items home to collecting trash. Good on you. If you're really good at it, you'll recycle the bag. Good on you. But really, honestly, none of that really matters because most people are pigs anyway, so you're never going to get them to do that anyway. But here's one thing you want to keep in mind now. Those 1.3 million people that are living on the street, they have to shit somewhere. And they were using plastic bags. Well, guess what? There's no plastic bags now. And I am sitting here dying because of that bullshit. Dying. Not exaggerating. I have chronic heart failure now, as well as chronic kidney. I have I have a lot of problems because of all the infections that I got in that water. So you get rid of the bags, you refuse to close off the border so that we can try to catch up. This is almost as nonsensical as the forest fires in California. We get money from the government stuff to clean up. That was the thing that Trump was saying about sweeping the forest. It was a metaphor for cleaning it. They were giving money in California to clean the forest, get the undergrowth and stuff out of the way to help stop the fires, and they chose not to do it. So when we get a fire, we get a fucking fire. I mean, it's just because we don't do shit. We just pocket the money. All this, and you got homeless vets living out in the street. I mean, there's military bases that are closed that have everything you need in them: hospitals, cafeterias, commissaries. It's just insane. Housing. We could literally end the homeless situation for vets in one sweeping move. Now, a lot of people say, well, there's this great thing called the tiny house. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. That was the solution. But you got to understand money. If you build a bunch of tiny houses for all these people to move into, the real estate market's going to start to go down. We're going to lose some money.
Not if you build them on a former base or an empty base.
How does that stop the price of real estate going down?
Because those bases are normally in areas where there's no local real estate market. Almost most military bases, with there's a few exceptions, but most of them around the country are in an area where,
that's
and beside those are on federal land, and that does not affect the housing in the local market.
Or the hell it doesn't. Numbers affect the market. They don't go by where you're living. They go by the numbers, which is also what they do for the homeless.
Well, they also go by the size and value. So
right, but see, the point I'm making is this is one of the reasons why.
I know.
They would drive the car in LA. And second, you're also talking about the fact that the homeless people make billions of dollars, millions of dollars for these people. One, the drug trade. They go there and they take their pain pills and stuff and resell them. It's called the homeless mafia out here in LA, which is why you can't really just walk down to Skid Row and film your ass off. You'd have to be someone like Furry Potato who knows what she's doing down there because you'll get yourself stabbed or shot. They don't want you filming them drug dealers. Sorry, don't go that way. They're a mafia down there. Next, the reason it didn't work, KY, is they're now reporting this, is these idiots built this little tiny home thing, and then they put the law into effect just like they did with the vets in front of the VA center. You have to be in by no later than 10 and you have to take a drug test. There's some people out there that honestly believe that if you get welfare or any kind of aid, you should be subjected to drug testing. All right. Then, if that's the case, let me get this straight. You're going on the premise that handouts should be followed by some form of at least having control over you. All right. In the United States, 78% of all our welfare money goes to big business for write offs.
Let's have
So,
all those corporate
all those,
officers get drug tests too.
exactly. Oh, it's like my lawyer. No, I better not even say. I'm going to drop that. Anyway, what? I didn't read that. I having to read chat. Did we miss anything?
What's that?
Have you been reading chat?
I'm
All right, don't think I missed
I'm pretty much caught up. I posted the link for NY Outcast.
Oh, so NY, I guess, was saying that he had issues when you served, when you came back finding a job. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Some
Right
some
now.
employers, they look at the young people nowadays. You know, it wasn't like that before. But the young people nowadays, they say, you know, are you gonna come back and shoot everybody in the shop? You know, that they're hesitant. They're hesitant.
And if you do go to the VA center right now, there are job programs set up specifically that the government gives these people a break, a tax incentive for
Oh yeah,
hiring vets. So
especially
those
if you're disabled in any way.
those
And then,
resources are
of
available
course,
on the. Let me finish.
go ahead.
You. Those are located on the VA. You can go straight there right now and get those numbers that are located and you can call them up. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yes, they also have uh, retraining programs.
Yes. Anarchy Television, nice to have you. That KY is what we've been saying. The VA is one of the most incredible resource center ever. It's not the VA, it's the people working at the VA. Flat out. And unfortunately, I believe that the only person qualified to work in a VA would be a vet, an ongoing military person, or military family. I'm just saying this because these people have invested interest in making sure their family members taken care of. However, I don't know how that works. I don't know if that would present too much a conflict of interest, maybe. But it certainly can't be any worse than it is now. And like I said, that's a topic we want to go over, but we did a topic like we lost KY. His internet maybe went out. On the way up past this time. Anyway, let me see if he. Yeah, he lost his internet again. Damn it. Skytails, nice to have you. Came back was prescribed so much fun. Oh man, yeah, Sky. That, you know what? I had very very traumatic childhood. Not because of my parents, by the way. People always think I'm referring to my parents were incredible, but um, I they tried to put me on all these drugs. Every single new flavor that came out. I finally just stopped taking them and went to counseling, and I got better. I am not a pill person. I don't like pain pills. I don't like pharmaceutical crap. So so anything that's I feel for you there, brother. Pumping you full. They make you docile. It's utterly ridiculous. You walk around like you're dribbling. I'm like, what's the point? You have to be able to feel something, right? Now, hold on, guys. That's KY. I gotta find out if his internet's coming back or not. Don't. I'm gonna put the link out for you guys. So just give me 1 second.
All right. All right.
I'll talk to you in a little while.
All right.
Alrighty, I'm back. Does anyone want to come up? KY's internet blew out. He's doing better though. He said he'd try to get back, but I don't think he'll be back before we end the show. But however, you're not going to come up, NC? Oh, God knows Sky. So let's see. Yeah, I had to get off of everything. Good for you, brother. Good for you. Seriously, Sky. Fuck that nonsensical shit. You can do it, brother. I tell people, I can do it. If I can do it, anyone can do it. I'm just average at best, man. There's nothing special. But I mean, the pharmaceutical pills are shit. Legal, that's just ridiculous. First of all, I don't know if you guys read the drug packets when the company gives them to you. I do. Because I went through electronics school, law school. I'm used to reading shit like that. Technical books and crap. Well, I'm telling you, man, you read that stuff, you realize that half the fucking drugs that are out there, they stumbled on. Like Viagra, for example, it was a heart medicine. Was never meant for a boner pill, but it is now. Metformin, which is the ultimate diabetic medicine, was made for a woman's uterus. And of course, in my issues with diabetes type 2, it's man-made and fake. 980 sugar level. No medicine, no nothing. I just went, you know what? Maybe if I don't eat like a beached whale, maybe if I just do it a little bit different. Like, for example, I don't think I need to eat 27 fucking plates of food at 8 a.m. in the fucking morning. As a matter of fact, that lying bullshit about breakfast being the most important meal of the day is so full of rancid shit. It's just ridiculous. The pyramid and that bullshit was all made by the dairy companies. Just like bacon for the pork industry. I mean, if you guys understand what that meant, there was a large portion of pigs that weren't being sold. Bacon was one of them. People wanted the loins and stuff. They didn't want any of the other stuff because they're nasty, right? Well, they had to find a way to sell that stuff, so they came up with a way to sell it. Now it goes. Same goes with just about anything. They don't care how they do it to sell it. Yeah, so now what we're trying to do is with what we're coming up, you want to come up, Deb? Hey, she's mad at me. You're mad at me, aren't you, Deb? Wait, Belle, you think she'll get that joke? Are you mad at me, Joe? Never mind. So, the only reason I say that is my voice from getting sick so much. Yep. So, we went over the border, which not really quickly though. But like I said, I'm really, really shooting for these medical supplies. Because one of the things that was going on was I was talking to the VA, and there's like one of their major issues. And yes, I still need to get my first responder's license. I understand. But if they were to test me on field dressings, I would kick some serious fucking ass because that's all I've done for 5 years. But just enough to stabilize or try to keep the infections out. I mean, plus that I'm a health food inspector, and you probably ask yourself, does that have to do with anything to do with wounds? Well, it does. I'm meticulous. Cleaners are meticulous. Same as when you're doing wounds, you gotta. That's the problem with a lot of these nurses that come. They're complete idiots, and and I'm sorry, but you got to understand what's going on with this society nowadays. You've got all these training schools opening up, right? Now you probably think, well, trade school, that's pretty cool. No, it's not. Because if you went through school, actual school, you don't just learn to be automaton running around and doing steps 1 through 4. No, you go and you learn about everything, biology, math, all this stuff, logical stuff to build your thinking. That's what college does for you. It makes you think logically, how to collect your thoughts, how to look things up. It's not meant to. That's why you still need to go in the real world and do real world shit in order to learn how to do it. But the point being is, you have resources like I said, the VA. VA is an incredible fucking place for resources. It's just the other scumbags that are working in place. But like I said, having this cleaning thing, I keep my area clean and everything. It's like I was trying to explain why I needed tongue depressors, and I get dumb looks on my face. It's like, okay, I got a set of gloves on, and I stick my big hairy finger in the trupidol. Yeah, let me show you. Graphic. People learn better by seeing things. So here it is. And I stick my big finger in there. I've just cross-contaminated that entire bottle of shit. That stuff's like $40 a bottle. So what you want to do, instead of using your finger, get a tongue depressor. Scoop some out, slide it across the area in front of the wound, and there you go. Then you can get like those medical Q-tips. You're probably wondering what you use them for. And no, not to clean out the ear. But when you have an infection, you put antibacterial spray on the end of this, and you twirl it lightly as you remove the black decaying skin or the infection as much as you can before you spray it with the antibiotic, put the silver nitrate, put the gauze wrap, and then wrap it up. And it's all kind of different ways. Like if you have a uniboot, depending on what, like mine, this is what I tried to tell this nurse. My legs would be better served by using the Tripidol, which it's an amazing thing to get these whack jobs to listen to you. Because normally the products they're using are commission-based products, so they're not going to listen to you. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. But, I mean, this stuff is really good. That's why it's just really good. And I told her, well, instead of using the Uniboot, which comes with a medicated wrap, ooh, that's nice, but, you know, I'm just saying that in itself right there is, I'm like, God, okay, you know, I'd still want the manual control of putting oh, how funny. No, I use them to clean off the dead decay, you know, on the vets. And that's the other thing, by the way. I announced specifically that I am not right now. I have experience, actual hands-on experience with basic triage, you know, or stabilizing a basic wound. I mean, of course, you know, I'm not going to be able to do anything. I have first aid training, so like you got a gusher. I was trained how to stop the guy from dying, and I'm not qualified to do anything else. And that does make a difference because I come up to you and you're bleeding like a sieve, dude. I don't have options. The only option I have is a tourniquet. And that's the last thing you want. That is the last thing you want is a tourniquet. The very last thing. You put that thing on the arm, the leg, whatever you put, it's gone. 90% of the time, dead. You just kill it. Cut out the blood to it. It sits there. It gets infected. So no, I wouldn't even attempt to do that. I'd tell them to go straight in. But I mean, you know, like what happened to me, and especially where these people live. I mean, it's disgusting. You have to at least help them, for Christ's sakes. And I told the guy, well, you know, you can be held liable. Fuck it, then I'll be held liable. Look what happened to me. I'm not going to walk away from a vet. I'm not going to I won't do this for every homeless person. Again, I'll take the risk for a vet because we specialize in vets. You know, and that's nothing against anyone else, but if I'm going to risk, I want to be able to pick what I risk. So any vet out there deserves to have the attention one way or another. And a lot of these vets that you run into that have just no basic triage, which is really sad. They have the supplies to do it with. And that in itself is also disgusting. In order for you to help a vet, United States veteran who's homeless, I have to have a fucking clearance from the VA. I have to be cleared. I have to go through a fucking background check because I could be the Taliban. And I'm tracking troop movements. Wow. The mental gymnastics that I have to perform in my fucking head to wrap around that much bullshit is insane. I'm monitoring homeless troop movements. I started an entire charity network so I could monitor troop movements of the homeless. I want whatever it is you're smoking. I'm serious. Just share a little of that stuff. Don't be greedy. Let's not be greedy. Fork that shit on over here. Because there are times that I guess I would like to be that completely batshit crazy myself. I mean, that's just ridiculous. But see, as with everything, if you want to play games, let's play games. I mean, I can do this. I love people that like to play stupid fucking word games and shit. So I told her, I said, fine, well, I'd like to donate a container to sit on your counter here. Okay. And then what I do is I go get some flash drives. I take the flash drives, and there's a certain way you have to do it, but basically the nutshell is nobody else can be in this video. You can't hear talking in the background. You can't show any iconic signs. Riverside, welcome in, brother. You can't do any of that shit. You just film the fool telling his name, his number, whatever, unit, whatever the fuck you do. And then you record this, and then you take it and you walk up. You don't say anything to the person at the counter because remember, it's against the law to discuss troop movements. You just drop it in the flipping container with the person that you've met in contact with. Now, they know what you just did, and all they got to do when you walk out is reach in and go, hey, look what I found. Pop it in the computer. Boof, bam, bing. There you go. Because right now, you have all these vets that are out there, and they have no way whatsoever to get to a VA center or have the stuff that they need done. Now, whether that has to do with mental, physical, or the inability to be able to pull that off is I don't know. Doesn't really matter to me. I don't care. I don't give an interview with some bitch about how the fuck he won't go in. I just solved the problem. He needs to get someone in contact with. We are now working with this very hard, very stubborn people, the VA, very, very hard, which is why I understand why you can have a really good VA and you can have a really bad one. Because again, it boils down to these ridiculous. And I happen to think if you work for the VA and you rob or steal any resources, that is treason. Treason, flat treason. And the reason I say this is because there's a reserved storage for our vets, our vets. So when they go out to war, our vets going out to war to protect our freedoms, they have something to fucking eat. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Not another one of them circumstances where this complete and utter, and I vomit in my mouth every time I repeat this, but we don't send the troops we have. Or we don't send the troops we want, we send the ones we have. Referring to the fact that family members had to buy the body armor for their sons going off to fight for our freedoms so that some rich prick can charge $1,000 for a screw. Trillions each year go to the military complex. And they won't even pay for body armor for a fucking military guy that's going out to risk his life. Woohoo. But hey, why let rational thinking get in the way of your complete and utter nonsensical bullshit? That's why I really think we should stop this, make it illegal for false advertising, false news, Stop with your stupid fucking waving the flag and talking about supporting the troops. You people don't do it. Facebook needs to ban that shit. Stop it. It's embarrassing. You're just embarrassing. You're walking around. It's not as bad, and it isn't the same thing, but it's almost like false honor. You know what I mean? Stolen valor. You walk around, yeah, look at them troops. Go, brother. I got you back. We're all for you. They come back, and it's all Cricketville. All of a sudden, don't give a fuck. They got you. You got what you wanted. You're still speaking fucking English, and you're still living in your house, and you're still free. But like it's always been said, freedom does not come fucking free. Not for them anyway. And I mean, if nothing else, people, if nothing else, enough of this shit. Homeless vets that have PTSD, that is mental torture. We are allowing these vets to be tortured because we're not doing anything to help them. But yet we'll bend over and scream and damn near blow Ukraine. Oh, you need a couple billion? Fuck it. Send them all money, man. Send it all out. I say cut every single foreign money. Money going to Israel, money going to them, money going anywhere. Put it all back into solving our homeless problem and our vets, and then you can pour it back out as much as you want. But I mean, if we can't even fix our own homeless fucking vets, why should I help somebody else? And you really want to continue this nonsense? How many dumb fucks do you know that are going to sign up for the military if they get bent over like a gazoo when they come back? Yeah. You're going to end up with the draft again, people. And you know who don't get drafted? The rich. Oh, yeah. All they have to do is send their kid to college. That motherfucker doesn't have to go to war. Only us poor folk get to go to war. So when you look at these homeless vets, remember, that wasn't some motherfucker coming out of some rich name, PV, Brentwood, Hollywood. These are people coming out of your streets, your neighborhoods, your son's friends, your sons, your daughters, their neighbors, their friends. And what do we get in return? We get flapjaw. Mouse starts flying away with the, take it down, man. Stop it. It's embarrassing. Stop walking around saying you support the troops. How pathetic are you? I was in Walmart, dude. I was sitting out there and I leaned over to give my last $5 to this homeless vet. And I was talking to him. When this cow drives up, gets out of her car and makes a big walk around. And I just happened to notice a sticker on the back of her car. And basically what it said was, support your troops. That's what I'm talking about. So I yelled at her or called her over and said, could you please remove the stickers in the back of your car? You just literally walked around this vet. So all I want to know from you is, what is your definition of support? I mean, what support are you referring to? This guy is homeless. And again, let's just get real down to earth here. Money is great for a vet. But you know what's better? A little bit of conversation. Because 70% of all vets that kill themselves because of isolation. And now the ones that kill themselves, the majority are females. All you have to do is walk up and say, hi, thank you for your service. Talk about the rat next to her. Talk about anything. Talk about the sun. Tell them, talk about you. Talk about anything. Don't let them sit there and stew in their own misery. I really think the law should basically say if a vet has PTSD, it's illegal for your fucking state to allow him to go homeless. Come on, man. Work with me here. This is ridiculous. They go out and they get shot at. They watch their friends die. They came home and we spit on them. And that's what that is. Paint it whatever color you want. It's not going to change. It's an embarrassment. Walk by these people and do shit. It's an embarrassment. I mean, it's like, seriously. It's like, I'm Catholic. I went to Catholic church and did all this until all the child molestation came out. Go ahead. Convince me that Jesus is in that church when they're banging the little children. They're not. They're not. I don't care what color you paint the church. I don't care how many fucking choir people you come out and sing. Doesn't matter. And that's the same thing we do with the vets. We go about our life and all they fucking are, the homeless vet, is an inconvenience. You have to step around them. Well, I'm all for fuck you then. If I was in the military, I'd say bite my left nut and I'd leave. Oh, that's right. They fucking can't leave. They've not just only, it's not a job, people. They have legally signed paperwork that turns them into slaves. Slaves. It's the only profession in the world today that is specifically slavery. You sign away your rights, your body rights, your entire body. Not just your mind, but your fucking body. They have a right to do whatever the fuck they want with you. So the arrogance of some dumb fuck telling me that a U.S. military guy that signed up and they could call and make this man do whatever the fuck they want. We want you to run up that hill in the middle of this gunfire and put a flag up. And guess what this man has to do unless he wants to spend the rest of his life in jail? So for some ass to tell me, and I left the panel, I don't even talk with this trash, that soldiers that don't put their feet on the ground are nothing but toy fucking soldiers, LARPers. He called U.S. military personnel a LARPer. And if you don't know what that means, it's a live action role player. This level of disrespect for the women and men that have gone out and risked their lives so that I can sit here and get up on this panel and talk about basically whatever the fuck I want, wouldn't be here. Now, you don't have to like war. My father was really high up in the CIA. He explained how this game works. Nobody is a good guy in this situation. There is no good country anywhere in this world. None. Not one single one. If you think America is a Christian country, you need to cut back on the speed. We have done some nasty shit. Like, for example, the Bay of Pigs. That was awesome. President Kennedy said, no, we're not going to assassinate Castro. His chief of military said, fuck you, we are. So he got together a team of SEALs to go over and assassinate Castro. So Kennedy called up Castro and told them they were on their way. And then he pulled the escape transports away so that he could avoid what he said was a conflict. They mowed those people down with a hornet nest trapped in the bay. Now, these are U.S. military who were told to do that. So I'll say it one more fucking time. The minute you join up, you are a hero. Because at any given fucking time, they can send you to that death. Any time they want. And unless everyone here wants to go off and do that, then just stop embarrassing yourself when it comes to the military. The other thing that pissed me off was taking the fucking knee. You know what? I have military friends who were insulted by that. So since there are a portion of military people that the only thing they got to console them for the death of their fucking friend was the fact that they were defending our flag and our rights and our freedoms, then fuck taking the knee. And second of all, if you're going to follow somebody, make sure they're not a piece of shit like Kirkpatrick was. The reason he was unemployed, the reason he begged good old Nike for a commercial is because he was banging the linebacker's wife. And the rest of the team refused to protect him, so they had to let him go. He is a douchebag adulteress. So I'm following you. You're an idiot. And it's just no, it just was an insult to the military. I don't agree with insulting anyone. If there's something that really insults one group of people, why the fuck use the word? Why do the act? I mean, come on, guys. And again, this is all about vets. This is the way we're treating our vets. They come back that, I seen a lady just talk about how nasty these people were and they need to be removed. Removed? What? You want to remove a U.S. fucking vet. You want to go over and move, not help, not fucking help, move. I told her, I said, wow, what a complete and utter fucking, see, there's your entitlement, people. So you just think you're entitled to be this way because you try that shit over in their country. Try going over to another country and talking your mad American shit and see what happens to you. Wait a minute. Some idiot did. I don't remember her name, but she's talking mad shit about the United States. Went over to Iraq. Oh, did you open your big fucking mouth over there, woman? Because she did. And they stoned the bitch to death. Again, stop your fucking whining about America. The only reason you're allowed to whine the way you do, you little bitch, is because of the rights given to you by our U.S. military. See, I'm going to defend the person that defends me. You know what I'm saying? Call me fucking, narcissistic or self-centered, but I'm going to hang with the guys with the tanks and missiles and guns, not with a bunch of homicidal lunatics who want to talk shit. That's not going to stop an invasion. I'll go ahead and say it's never going to happen. Did you happen to be asleep during 911? Now, like I said, that was a different story, I know, but it was a good analogy, the way I worked that in there. Because that was no attack. Anyway, so real simple to solve the problem, guys. Tiny village would work. But see, the problem is, if we build this tiny house, there can be no restrictions because U.S. vets are not criminals. U.S. vets are not drug addicts. U.S. vets are not problematic for the most part. You give them a place to sleep in a tiny house. Fuck you with this stupid, idiotic, go take a blood test and be in by 10. What the hell are you talking to? You'd think you weren't talking to the motherfucker that gave you your job, bitch. Made you safe enough to have one. You want to tell this guy he has to take a drug test? I'm sorry, you taking one? Is your wife taking one? Your children taking one? You want to defend your beliefs? We're going to defend ours. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chad. Hang on, guys. Another phone call. Popular motherfucker today. Sorry, guys, that was my doctor. What's not good? Sam donated furniture to the veteran village. Unfortunately, they also donated an infection of. Oh my God! Oh my God! That's just completely. That ought to be criminal, dude. You're not supposed to give for. Well, it was donated, wasn't it? Shit. They should have cleaned it. That's the first thing I would do. That's why beds are hard to get rid of. Mattresses. Most people won't take mattresses because bed bugs. Josh, you welcome in to Viva Vets fundraiser. We are currently looking for donations of medical supplies. We go out and we do basic triage while we're out there. Um, I'm trying to find. Oh, that's what it was. Never mind. It's a banner. I'm trying to find the banner. Right. And there's the address you can send those things to. And like I said, everything you send, I will itemize. I will send it to our secretary. He will put it onto a letterhead and watermark it. Hang up my doctor again. I'm sorry, guys. You gotta hang on. That was my heart doctor. Yay. Okay. My heart's broken. All right, and why? Thank you for stopping in, brother. Melvin, nice to have you. Thank you for stopping in. Incredible. We've been going for 2 hours, but so there's it. So, like I said before we end the show, if you guys have any old medical supplies that you're not using, or for some reason you have them, or know someone that does, you send them to us. We will itemize them. We'll send it back on letterhead so you can deduct them from your taxes. If you have any canned foods, if you have any dry foods, like those little packs that you tear open, add water to, microwave. Those would be helpful. We're going to be using them for the camps and passing out solar heaters, which get up to 160 degrees, so we can heat up basic stuff. So that's what the food and the oh shit, medical supplies are for. Now the clothes thing, I agree, is that the problem with clothes is they're better for taking out when you go to just. I'm trying to find the reason I went the Arizona thing was they're not military. I say that, but camouflage, I just consider that military. It looks like military, right? I just thought it'd be ironic to go down there, pick up that stuff, clean it off, and of course, we'll be clean. This stuff is not going to just be wrapped up, wiped off, and put out. It has to be professionally cleaned, which we will have done. Chances are I'll take it to one of these places like Fluff and Fold out here and pay for them to steam clean the stuff, sterilize it just to make sure. And then from those, like I said, if we get our little shop going, because we're going to have items like hats, and stuff for you to be able to get with the V for Vet logos, which were designed, of course, by Stevie Mao. Everything has changed, to be honest with you. My father worked for the CIA, but when later on in life he told me it wouldn't be a good idea to join them. He was right. Yep. So that's where we are. We need storage funds. We are trying to work on getting a sponsor for that, which would be really nice. Not if not that, like I said, because I'm in a process now working to get pallet donations now, um, which should be incredible because then we can set up our our hygiene packs that we hand out to the vets. They're really cool, and you can see these things on like S Graham's channel, or even on V for Vets. I think we have it up. But basically, we run through what we give to them at that one particular point. They get all kind of things like a toothbrush, toothpaste, um, just an array of stuff, deodorants, and all this stuff that we put into a backpack of sorts. It's not it's not an expensive one, but it's one of those little ones, and so we're like I said, we're starting to get back. Being in the hospital for 2 years really kind of rocked a lot of shit up, but again, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for coming. Shalonian State, welcome in. Thank you for showing up. And why? Thank you. Bell, of course, for all this hard work during the show. I'm gonna have to wrap this up because I'm getting sick. Like I said, everything that's given to us, we don't get paid anything. Nothing goes to the CEOs or stuff. It's completely transparent, and it is tax deductible. So you can donate clothes or food or even money, whatever. All of it is deductible, and all of it will have a letterhead sent to you if you need be, so you can claim it on your taxes. So, and like I said, anyone that does, because of the way the corporation is set up, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot see any donations. The only person that has access to that information is our treasurer and vice president, KY Packer. Done for that on a specific reason. And it's for accountability. Transparency and accountability. One person goes around collecting the money, the other person takes care of the money. That way, not one person gets to collect, lie about it, and pocket the money. You see how that works? All right. And like I said, I'm going to end the show now. Again, Bell, well, great job, brother. Love you. The rest of you, look for more content to be coming out from V for Vets. And until then, please stay safe, everyone. Thanks again for coming in, and we will be going out on the 18th to do a feeding with S. Graham and Mighty Whitey. For all those people on Facebook that are maybe watching, I can't tell right now, thank you for coming in. All the YouTubers, thank you so much, and I will catch you guys later. But out.